Well, good early morning to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I normally don't do my walk-in talks. There's the rooster this early, but I can't sleep, and I've had to be up at this hour the last several days, working 12-hour shifts, and my back hurts. So I figure, it hurts most mornings. I figure I'd get out and walk for a little bit, maybe stretch my back, get some exercise. I do a whole lot of prolonged standing at work and, pounding the pavement, so to speak, but not really a lot of walking, for distance like I do on these things. But anyway, I figured I'd come out for an early morning walk and talk. And well, I got to watch where I'm going for sure because there's not a lot of lighting in the country. Like I said, you just heard the roosters. And but you know what? This is the first time I've done this in the dark in this area that I've moved to. And it's the first time I've gotten to enjoy all the stars and really bright stars. I guess they might be planets. I don't know. I'm not an astronomer, but I mean, so you got some really bright stars and some stars that aren't as bright, but the sky is full of stars. And that is really cool because I have not seen this many stars in the sky for a long time. Because it rained, and so now it's very cool weather, and the sky is very clear now, so you can see a lot of stars, which is really cool if you're into that kind of thing, which I am. But yeah, I could. I mean, you might be able to see them. I doubt it. I can zoom in, but I doubt you could see it with this phone that I have. But anyway, they're up there. Trust me. So, but anyway, um, yeah. So I figured I would just come out here and talk to you guys for a few minutes. And I want to welcome all new subscribers. I've noticed quite a few people have subscribed to this channel over the last week or so, and I appreciate that. I thank you. And I also wanted you to know that if you do subscribe and you have a channel, I actually look at your channel. I look at your content, and I subscribe to a lot of channels of people that subscribe to this channel because, help each other out kind of thing. And a lot of the channels that people are subscribed to, when you look at their pages and whatever, are channels that I'm subscribed to as well. So we have something in common there. So I want to thank everyone for subscribing or just dropping by. If you've never dropped by before, heard me or aware of this channel, um, I do have some things I wanted to discuss with you all. Uh, but first, I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by if you're doing that now, and just for subscribing. I appreciate it. This channel is much easier to maintain than my previous one because it's not nearly as large. The other one just got out of control. I know certain people had their opinions on why I stopped the other channel, and it wasn't because of embarrassment, and it wasn't because, you know, of whatever else they think. It just got out of control. Like I said in the channel update when I started this channel up, my other channel it was too much. I mean, I'm one person and I couldn't do it. I mean, it was just way too many comments, too much stuff. And I didn't really want to ever close off comments because a lot of people really share some good information and good stuff in their comments. And they have some very intelligent things to say and some things that they have experienced that they want to share. So I never really wanted to cut those out. But I did wind up having to remove a lot of people from the channel, hide them from the channel, remove comments because they just were not productive. Let's put it that way. And they just they took away a lot of what the channel was supposed to have been about. And so I had to kind of revamp some things, consolidate, start over, if you will. And I think it's worked out pretty well because this is much smaller. It's easier to maintain. A lot of people from the other channel kind of came over this way, And, like I said, it's gained quite a few new subscribers, so thank you and welcome. But there's a topic I wanted to discuss, and I really wasn't planning to do, a walk and talk at this early hour anyway. But like I said, I just can't sleep, and I tried, but I've been having to get up the last several days at this hour. Basically, I would be on my way to work right now, and once your body is, gets used to that, it's hard to sleep any later, and to without getting off track and off schedule. So, and for years I've worked different shifts and different hours and so forth. So, this is just it's weird. It's a weird feeling, but heading into the darkness now. But it should be all right. I think there's enough light. I should be able to see where I'm going. But anyway, excuse me. I wanted to discuss with you all an interesting tweet from the Project Gray Man, Gray Man Kinetic. He put out a very interesting tweet that got my attention, and then my friend Dave went ahead and commented about something that kind of confirmed it for me. And hey, what is that? Is that a lightning bug or something? Something's flashing there. It is. Cool. It's a lightning bug. Can you see it? Maybe. Do you see that flashing? That is wild. Huh. Never know what you're going to find in the country. Anyway. Okay. Distractions. But anyway, and here's what it's about. He mentioned that the bear, most people know what the bear country is. If not, you can look that up. But the bear country has set up missile silos or weapons, whatever you want to call it. Let's just say that they are. It's not good, okay, for the U.S. and they've set these things up in Nicaragua, and I'm like, interesting. Okay, you've got my attention, and I'm gonna tell you why that has my attention, because not only in his tweet did it talk about how, the bear is working with Nicaragua and setting up their weapon systems there, but it talked about how they could get to our military posts and bases, specifically mentioned Fort Bliss and Fort Hood in Texas, within minutes. Not hours, minutes. Okay? Now you've really got my attention. And here's why, okay? Folks that are familiar with Dmitry Duduman, and if you're not, you can do some homework. Pretty fascinating stuff. There's a video out there you can find on YouTube called Wake Up America. I actually ordered the DVD years ago. I've watched it a few times. This is a fascinating story if you're not familiar with this man. His name is Dmitry Duduman, and he was a Romanian. He's passed away, I think, in like 1997. I think he's gone on to be with the Lord. But anyway, he was a Romanian, and at first he was with the army there, and he was, I guess you could consider him a communist. At least he definitely didn't believe in God or didn't care. But the Lord got a hold of him in a big, big way. And it's fascinating. It's miraculous how it all happened. You'd have to, research his testimony, research the story. It'd make a really good movie. It really would. But anyway, the fascinating thing about this is once the Lord changed Dimitri's heart, and Dmitry became a Christian, and he was, well, that wasn't a popular thing in Romania, of course, and he was tortured, and he was abused, and they tried to kill him a few times, and God wasn't going to let that happen. These are miraculous events, and there was a purpose and a reason for that. And if anybody has any question at all at how jacked up Babylon is and how messed up this country is, and Sodom and Gomorrah and whatever else you want to call what's happening today, if you have any question or doubt in your mind about how messed up we are, consider this. The Lord actually took a man from another nation, another country, who did not even speak English, and sent him to America to warn America about what is going to happen to America. Why? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Because our churches and our pastors weren't doing the job. They weren't either telling the truth, they were too scared, they didn't know, whatever the reasoning. But God had to take a man from another country that didn't even speak this language, send him to the United States, and then give him the information through angelic visitation, through dreams, visions, words of knowledge and wisdom from God himself, to tell this man what is going to happen to America, and then tasked him with telling America, you're going to burn. The Lord is fed up. And get this. This was like almost 40 years ago. I guess he came to the country in like 1980 or something. I started preaching like 1984. I'm not exactly sure of the dates of all this, but say 30 to 40 years ago, okay? That's when this man came to this nation who didn't even speak English. His interpreter was his grandson, Michael Boldeo, who's still around. Has a ministry called Hands of Help Ministry.org, I believe it is. But anyway, excuse me, I got a sniffle this morning. Anyway, so the whole thing here is this man comes to America, warns America that we're going to burn because the Lord is sick of the sin of this nation. Now get this, this is like 30, 40 years ago now. So if God was pretty angry at America then, how do you think he feels now? Okay. All right. And this is what this man did. And so the DVD, it's called Wake Up America, or people can look it up on YouTube or whatever. It's pretty easy to find. And then you can hear for yourself what he has to say and the judgments that are coming on America. And specifically, he warns of an internal revolution. Well, let's think about this. Are we about to see an internal revolution? I think so. Maybe even as soon as Monday, with the Supreme Court ruling on Roe versus Wade and so forth, if it comes out then or what have you, which I still think is a ruse. I still think it's something that's bigger down the road. But even if it's not because all of a sudden we don't care about killing babies anymore. This is just more division of the nation. This is just more to get people to hate each other more. Just like, the whole Black Lives Matter Antifa thing. And, and if you really want to anger people, there are basically 3 issues now that divides this nation that I see, other than, the racism they constantly push on us. But it's abortion, it's gay, transgender rights, this and that, and it's gun control. Those are the 3 topics that seem to be the thing that divides people more than anything now. I mean, pushing aside, the racism that's been pushed on us, and, it's been happening for years and years and years, and, they say, don't talk about politics and religion and this and that. But when you look at gun control, maybe not necessarily in this order, but abortion, gun control, and what was the other one? Lost my train of thought. Abortion, gun control, and transgender, gay rights, blah, 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 okay? And those seem to be the main issues that are happening right now, okay? That are being talked about in the media and so forth. And it looks like that's what might be coming up here real soon with a decision. Is that going to cause an internal revolution? I don't know. But when you add everything else, the gas prices, the shortages, the constant shootings, whether they're false flags or legitimate or illegitimate or what have you, the bottom line is they're out there, they're in the news, they're in the media, and it's stuff that people have to pay attention to and, and be aware of and so forth. Eventually, this thing is going to boil over. And then I got to get going here, but man, I keep getting all this information about the 14th through the 16th, 14th through the 16th, 14th through the 16th, over and over and over and over and over again. That would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Now, is anything specifically going to happen on those dates or during that time frame? I don't know. I'm watching. See, that's what I do. I watch, okay? I watch and I wait, and I just wait to see, okay? But I'm letting you all know that it appears that things could really be going down this upcoming week in a big way if a lot of people are right that I'm aware of and know of. And if they're right, then prepare for this upcoming week, okay? Like I said, before, those who know, okay? I mean, they seem to have a really good grasp on the people I know and communicate with and so forth of the times that we're in, and they believe that this week could be very significant. And you know what? I can't disagree with that because of the times that we're in, because of the things that are happening, the things that are being reported. True Pentecost. I mean, if people believe that this is true Pentecost on the 15th and so forth. There's different calendars and so forth. People can research and look into that. But there's just a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on that lead me to believe that this upcoming week could be very significant, even very dangerous. And I'm not prophesying or putting anything out there saying this is going to happen on this day and this is going to happen, because I don't know anything. Okay, I'm just watching. But those in the know, okay? they have inside scoop, let's put it that way. Inside intel, information, whether it be prophetic or whether it be, government intel, whether it be just information that others of us can't get our hands on, but I'm privileged enough that people trust me and tell me some things and share some things and email me some things, and so I relay them on to you. And I know this is vague, but it kind of has to be, because like I said, I'm not going to tell you that this is going to happen on this day and that's going to happen on that day and to be ready for this and be ready for that. I will tell you this though. Watch Hot Man a Minute End Times report. Thank you, Matthew, by the way, because I think I know why I can't sleep now. It's the dang CMEs. It's really jacking me up. I mean, not only does my back hurt every day because of the torture I put my body through for years in the military and law enforcement, security, and martial arts and everything else, but, I mean, you just can't sleep. And I know of other people having those problems too. They just can't sleep. They just can't get into a restful, peaceful sleep at night. I mean, that REM stage just never gets there, apparently. And I mean, so exercise helps me a lot. And because what can you do when you can't sleep? I mean, you pray, you read, but you can't sleep, So, exercise. Like I said, that helps me a lot. Hopefully I can get some more rest, when I get back. I don't know if I will or not. I mean, I'm pretty wound up now, so I have no idea, but if I'm up, I'm up. I don't know. But it's all jacked up, folks. Everything's just getting crazy and crazier. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and go now. This is long enough. But yeah, I would just really be paying attention to next week. That Nicaragua thing really got my attention, because getting back to Dmitry Duduman for a second, he said, after the internal revolution, then we would be attacked from the oceans. China, Russia, Nicaragua, Central America, which includes a bunch of countries, Cuba. Anybody's been paying attention to the news, they know that, our enemies are basically stationing things around Florida right now. You got to pay attention, though. Nobody's just going to come out and tell you this stuff. You got to research. You got to look at it yourself, Things are happening. JWTV, was it Steven Jackson? He's reporting a lot on this. But yeah, I got to thank Matthew from Hot Man a Minute, because his end times reports are very helpful to me, especially the CME thing, because I hadn't even thought about that. and then it was revealed to me. It's like, yeah, that's what's happening, folks. These coronal mass ejections, they will jack you up. They will mess up your sleep patterns. People have migraines, tinnitus, things of that nature. They're going to suffer. And check out Twitter, Project Grayman on Twitter, because he's putting out a lot of good information for people to know too. And his YouTube channel as well. The whole monkeypox thing in the UK. SIDS 2.0, which is basically sudden adult death syndrome now. I'm telling you, folks, the people that took the devil's poison, the abomination, the snake bite, they're about to really, really regret that in a big, big way now. Big way. We're going to see it. We're going to see it, unfortunately. Some of us are already seeing it, hearing about it. So just be ready for this next week. Be ready every day, I guess, but really be ready for this next week, because if people are right that are contacting me and putting information out and what have you, and a lot of these people they don't even know each other or communicate with each other, I encourage people to do that. If you have questions, if you have, you're like, well, I don't know about this. Most people put their email in the description box, or something of that nature, to say, hey, you can contact me here. They're on Telegram, they're on other platforms, social media platforms. If you have questions, I'm willing to answer your questions. Email me or what have you, respectfully. Ask me your questions, kind of thing. Sound like a cow behind me. Sound like it was right behind me too. Welcome to the country, folks. But anyway, so I encourage people to do that. But you got to take the time, be respectful, email people, ask them questions. They'll probably get back to you if you're respectful. I know I do. I get tons of emails, sometimes from the same people over and over and over again, and that's fine. They share a lot of information with me. Sometimes I get back with them, sometimes I don't. I'm only one person, but anyway, if they're respectful, I'll get back with them. If they don't like it, if they don't agree with what I had to say, then that's cool. We can go our separate ways, and we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree and just go live our lives separately. We don't have to like each other or agree with each other or anything, but just have to respect each other as human beings, and so be respectful and polite, and when you email people or ask questions or whatever, and they might get back with you and they might explain a little further as to why they came to this conclusion or that conclusion, or and heck, maybe even learn something. I don't know. But we'll see what happens, folks. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, that's definitely cows. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get going. My battery's about to run down. My phone's still all jacked up. I charge it completely and so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I got to go now because my phone's about to die. So I hope you guys have a good and blessed day. And yeah, just pay attention this week. That's my advice for what it's worth, especially that 14th through 16th time frame and beyond. But really that 14th through 16th time frame. All right, God bless you all. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.